change.
Goody.
Is she gonna do a handstand?
I don't know.
This evening, yeah, I had to put my glasses on so I can see.
I was just
And
wondering,
civil-size
if
walk,
you do,
huh?
if anybody does handstands on there, can I keep the chains that falls out?
Okay, so, I thought what I'd do this evening is share with you, what I've learned from rebounding. I have not been in rebounding a long time. Somebody, told us about rebounding about a year ago, right, Brenda, about a year and a half ago, and we started looking into it to see really what this was about.
And I think her name was Brenda Simpson.
She's just being modest. But anyway, we started looking into rebounding because we said, you know what, we're senior citizens and we need to, look into this thing. We're not getting any younger. So we looked into it, did a lot of research, and ended up buying this baby right here. It's called a Bellicon. This is the, what is it?
Cellulizer.
This is the Cellulizer, and this is the Bellicon. And
Get the
since
Nordic
we've been
trick.
working on it, it makes a big difference. It helps you to sleep better. I'll go over some of the things with you, the benefits from this. But I wanted to give you a little background information. First of all, I had to bring my notes because I don't know all of this by heart. This is my first time, so bear along with me, please. Thank you. Rebounding seems like it's something that you should be doing. It seems like a toy for a lot of people. They think it's like a toy. Because the first time you hear the word trampoline, the first thing you think about is what? A circus. And people, doing somersaults and flips and everything. Well, the mini trampoline is not like that at all. In fact, somebody has said here, it says like a wolf in sheep's clothing of the exercise world. It looks like an activity with simple benefits, but nothing could be further from the truth. And what happened also, it's been around about more than 50 years. NASA did a study on it, and if NASA did a study on it for their astronauts, it really must be important. They found out that rebounding is actually more beneficial than walking. It really is. I think if you rebound for about 2 minutes, it's equivalent to walking 5 miles. Am I correct? About 5 miles. That's just 2 minutes. The first time I rebounded, we had a little Nordic practice.
No, excuse me, 1 mile.
Huh?
1 mile.
1 mile? Okay. Equivalent. Please correct me.
Yeah.
With me first time. Anyway, the first time I got on the Nordic track, I was bouncing on this thing, and I think I may have bounced for about 10 minutes, felt good, but afterwards, something happened. After I rebounded for about 10 minutes, I sat down on my sofa, and I could feel something. This may not happen to everybody, but I could feel something coming up, and I brought up about 3/4 of length of this pile. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, what in the world is that? I was detoxifying and didn't know it. But anyway, that's what happened to me, and we kept rebounding and everything, and
That's on this thing?
yes. No, this is on the Nordic track. We bought a Nordic track from Sears first.
Okay.
And do not buy that. Trust me, you will pay the consequences. He did. His back started bothering him, and we thought that rebounders were just rebounders. That's not the case. You need to get a quality rebounder. If you get one, it needs to be a quality. Don't get a cheapo. In fact, back in the 1980s, what was happening is that there was a fad going around. I don't know if you remember this fad, rebounding, And people were buying these things, and the backs were hurting, the ankles were hurting, and just all kind of problems. So they tucked them away in the closet, and that's where they stayed. But later on, the thing came back out, and as a result, quality manufacturers, they did some research and found out what was going on, what was causing all these problems, and they developed these kind of quality rebounders. Now, I wanted to give you some information about this. Just a little background information here. Since for years, medical institutions have been singing praises for its health benefits with endorsements from NASA. And they said that this is the most effective exercise yet devised by man. Doesn't seem like much, but when you hear the benefits, you realize what's going on. When you exercise, when you rebound, what you're doing is you're exercising all of your cells. Now, the average person has about 60 trillion cells. That's what we're made of in the whole body. And when you get on this thing, you are actually massaging your cells. The cells are being massaged. Now, about your cells, too, by the way, I don't know if you can see this. I just did a little illustration here. Let's say these represent your cells. You want your cells to be in what's called a dry state, okay? A dry state. This is called a wet state. When your cells are in a wet state, they have things like dead cells, fats, viruses, heavy metals, other toxins all around the cells, but your cells are really supposed to sit in places like that. When you rebound, what you're doing is you're jumping up and down, and you're massaging, like little jellies. That's what your cells are like, little jellies. And you're massaging these little jellies. You're detoxifying your body, your whole body. Your eyes are being detoxified. Everything is being detoxified. When you go up to the top, make the top of your bounce, at that time you are weightless, completely weightless. And when you fall back on that thing, it's double your weight. So what you're doing is you're sort of defying gravity. And this is going up and down, up and down. You're massaging everything in your body. Some other interesting facts about rebounding I found out too is that it mentions, okay, I told you about the dry state and the wet state and everything. You want to stay in the dry state, not the wet state. That's why a lot of people come down with a lot of diseases. They need to detoxify and get the stuff out of their bodies. When you rebound, you're detoxifying your whole body. You're oxygenating all of your cells. Everything is getting something just that simple. How many of you, when you were children, remember, I don't know if you did it or not, but I did, jumping on your bed? And your mama probably told you to get off that bed. Okay. I think really personally after studying about this, I think there's an inborn something in us that tells us that we need to be jumping. There's a statement that goes, I'm so happy I could do what for joy? Jump for joy. Or if you see a little baby, bouncing baby. In fact, if you take a baby and put a baby on a bed, what's the first thing you want to do? Bounce. On a bounce. Okay? So I think there's something built on the inside. We're supposed to be bouncing, but we get older and too sophisticated to be doing things like that. But anyway, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. In case you have, let's say, congested lymphatics. I don't know if you know about the lymphatic system. Do you know anything? How many of you know about the lymphatic system? I didn't even know it even existed until I studied about the lymphatic system. It's your lymphs. The lymph is your garbage disposal. Now, when we run around and get energetic, our heart pumps our blood, our heart will pump blood throughout our bodies. But with the lymph system, it doesn't have a pump. So you need to pump it. And the best thing you can do is what? Rebound. That's the best thing. You pump it. You get that lymph out. And there were some, the side effects too. If you get into rebounding, you need to realize that there are certain side effects. And some of these side effects are, so don't get afraid if you start feeling like this, you might get flu-like symptoms. Dizziness, a little woozy, and just feeling not all there, faint. You know why that's happening? Your body is detoxifying. That's what's supposed to happen. So has anyone ever experienced that? In fact, how many of you, I should have asked this earlier, how many of you have ever rebounded? Well, you already know about this. I shouldn't even be up here. Anyway, you should also drink some water. Let's say a cup of water before you rebound to get that lymph, in gear, to get it pumped on out of your body. You need to drink water also after you get through doing your rebounding. There are other little do's and don'ts about this thing. What else here? Oh, another thing too. When you rebound, you need to, I had mentioned this earlier, you need to, maybe I'll demonstrate that when I do the demonstration. I'll tell you what you need to do. But there are examples of congested lymphatics. A lot of people who have congested lymphatics are suffering from, listen to this carefully, allergies, prostatitis or prostatus. What is that? Prostatus? Okay, prostatitis. Chronic sinusitis, heart disease, eczema. Now remember, these are symptoms of clogged or congested lymphatics. Eczema, skin conditions, all other kind of skin conditions, loss of energy from clogged lymphatics. Chronic fatigue, you ever feel you're just worn out, just tired, just worn out, tired. A lot of times it's because of congested lymphatics. Repetitive parasite infections, lupus, inflammation, high blood pressure, Viral infections, all of this clogs up lymphatics. Cellulite, headaches, arthritis, excessive sweating, obesity, and much, much more. So a lot of doctors, what they're doing is they're telling people to get a rebounder and you'll feel better. And what some people do is they'll get one and put it in their office or whatever. You know, you don't even have to worry about the weather. You can rebound anytime you want. Rain, snow, sleet, whatever, you can still rebound. A little history behind rebounding before I give you a few little demonstrations here, then I'll sit down. This is the history of it. It happened in Grand Rapids, Iowa in 1936. This guy named George Nissen, what happened is that he developed a trampoline. And what he would do is he would have his family members performing on the trampoline. He was up and down, and he noticed that at the circuses, what he would do, his family would perform, and he noticed that they were extra strong. The family members were extra strong. And they were so healthy, didn't get sick. And he started thinking about that thing. You know, maybe there's a connection between this trampoline and their health, because these people were super strong. And what happened is that he looked into his invention and put two and two together. The first mini trampoline was created by Ed Russell. That was back in 1938, but it wasn't patented until 1975. And then, of course, in 1980, NASA published their research study on trampolining, mini trampolines, and one thing led to another. So, as I said earlier, between 1981 and 1984, rebounders were selling like hotcakes. Everybody was getting that rebounder until they started having problems. And then after they'd have problems, they'd tuck it in the closet where it stayed. And after that, it came back. But the ones that they have now are so much better, so much better. And we've read testimonies from different people who said that after they rebounded, everything changed. The body, and it will give you energy too. When I get on the thing, I'm already hyper, but when I get on the thing, it's like it helps you to sleep so much better. Helps you to sleep so much better. You have to try it for yourself in order to understand that. The benefits too, by the way, is something else I wanted to cover with this. Oh yeah. I'm just doing an overview because there's so much more to learn about this. The benefits of this, I've told you about what the lymphatics, congested lymphatics are all about. But these are some of the benefits of rebounding. It develops coordination, balance, and rhythm. When I first started working on this one, I noticed I had to hold, we have a book stand. I had to hold on to the thing when I was on it because my balance, I wasn't used to this. But as you go along, you'll notice that you don't need that thing anymore. It also increases bone mass. It helps prevent osteoporosis. Does that ring a bell? Osteoporosis is developing your bones. Like I said, my husband and I, we're senior citizens, and I don't want to end up going to the hospital, doctor. I want to do something. I don't want to get old. I really don't. But anyway, it increases heart and lung capacity. It reduces cholesterol. It improves total body muscle tone, gets your muscles toned up, increases energy. How many of us could use more energy? We all could. Okay? It reduces stress and fights depression because it's stimulating those endorphins. You know about the endorphins already. It improves your skin tone. One guy said that it gives you, what do you call it, a facelift. It does tighten your skin. It really does. I'm a living witness. It does tighten your skin. It strengthens your core muscles. It increases flexibility, helps detoxify your body, promotes weight loss, okay, improves blood flow. It stimulates your metabolism, it improves your digestion and elimination. It promotes better sleep. And I know that to be a fact. If I work on this right before I go to bed at night, I sleep so much better. The quality of my sleep is so much better. It's a deep sleep. I've told my husband, this is just a deep sleep. So I recommend this thing for anybody.
How long?
Pardon?
How long do you do it before bed?
I usually go about 5-10 minutes. You don't have to go a long time. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate the 3 basic rebounding exercises. You don't have to get on this thing for hours. You know, it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. Now, the first one that I wanted to, you know what? I'm going to take my shoes off because I don't rebound with my shoes on. I was told that it can inhibit your bouncing. So I'm going to take these off, but there are 3 basic kinds of rebounding exercises. Okay? The first one is called the health bounce. This is the one where you just do this. That's all you do. Your feet don't even leave the mat. And a lot of people do this by watching television for about 20 minutes. You don't even know the time is going away. I usually watch my clock. But this is that health bounce. It gets your lymph system flowing, gets it pumped up. Then after that, you get into your strength bounce, and your strength bounce is jumping as high as you can. Okay? I wouldn't recommend this for somebody who hasn't done it before, but you get as high as you can. Okay? That's a strength bounce. It's going to strengthen your muscles in your hips, your muscles in your stomach. It's just going to strengthen all of your muscles. Okay? Then, of course, you have your aerobic bounce. That's when you can do your jumping jacks, and you can do your side straddle hops, and you can twist, and like Brenda was doing this evening, you can just do anything you want. You can do your invisible jump rope. You can do anything you want. Okay? You can kind of, get a variety. Watch it, Pat. Get a variety of exercises into this thing. But once you get into it, you'll love it. Somebody said it's even addictive. I don't feel right unless I do my rebounds. Sometimes at night, I'll do it late at night. I just need to rebound before I go to bed. After you get through rebounding, you don't jump off the rebounder, okay? Your cells, in fact, as you're doing this, your cells, all of them being besides, everything, colon, everything. Okay? That's another thing, too, when you get through rebounding, you might have to go to the bathroom. I discovered that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And gas will pass as soon as you start bouncing
Well, you
sometimes
saw me
too.
go out the door earlier. I was
It didn't
preparing.
sound that
When you
scary.
do this, you will, this gas is going to come. Okay? That's just natural. But what I was saying is this: after you get through rebounding, you come to a stop. You slow down. Okay? You don't jump off it right away. You let your cells get back so it won't pool again. You want to stay in that what state again? The dry state. Okay? And then after that, you get off your rebound. You just don't jump off like that. So that's just an overview. There's other information about it, but I would encourage all of you to get into rebounding. You won't be sorry. Joyce?
One simple thing that it helps is
Yeah.
if you have some leak problems, jump on a rebounder, it'll fix it.
So what? Leaky. You said leaky problems.
Go
Yeah.
Bladder.
How much is a cellulosizer?
That's yours, Brenda. She wants to know how much that cellulosizer.
Oh, I think I paid $2 something for mine. That's 10 years ago.
They're around 300 now.
About 300 now.
Where
Yeah.
do you get them at?
Dr. Christopher
Internet.
has them, and they've
I
got
was
them.
at one of Danny Bier's meetings, and he had the guy that developed them there, and he was selling them. He gave us a discount, and I got mine then.
Yeah, you got a good bargain on yours.
Yeah.
Now another note too: the cheaper ones, the $50 ones, they'll start off seeming like they're great. In the long run, you'll be detrimental. You'll do more harm than good.
Exactly.
They have actually gotten people who couldn't walk in against this thing.
Did you all hear this? Did you hear what she said?
That's good.
Speak up. Tell them this.
They have actually gotten people to walk who had not walked in years again. What they do is let them sit on the side of the bed, put their feet on there, and you do the jumping.
That's right.
And it reacts on them as well.
That's true.
Right.
This is true.
I saw a picture of a lady. I saw a picture of a lady in one of the videos. I don't know how many of you surfed the net. Did you ever surf the net?
Yeah.
But I saw different demonstrations, and this lady, elderly lady, she was sitting on her rebounder like this, but she couldn't move. But the person behind her was jumping, and it was causing her cells to move also. Improved health all overall. So this thing is really worth it. So that's about it. Were there any questions? Like I said, I'm learning too. Yes, ma'am.
What is why is it so effective? What's causing that?
It's moving your lymphatic system. Do you know what the lymphatic system is? Okay, it gets it moving. Okay. And I've got some handouts too. Some of the handouts have information I've shared with you, but there's much more information on this. So if you want to pick up some of those handouts before we leave this evening, feel free. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.